Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and I hope you all are extremely well. And in this video, we are going to start with the arrays. So we are going to cover like pretty much like 5 points here, and we are going to cover a lot of different stuff apart from this also. But these are the main points of like today's video. So first we will see why we create arrays, the basics of arrays, how arrays are created in the memory, and all those things. Yeah, that is how to create arrays. Then we have some pointer logic, like how we use methods like two pointers, like questions like two sum, and all those things. So we are going to cover those things also here. Then we have key value pairing and some more things on arrays. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the basics of the arrays. Okay, so we'll see the basics of the arrays and how are arrays created and what are arrays. So what is an array? In normal sense, if you see what is an array, if it array is like something which is like who continuous, something like you can say kind of relay kind of thing. Okay, one thing after the another. Okay, and general sense you can also say that. So how you define arrays? So arrays can be defined as continuous block of memories. These are continuous block of memory. Uh, all the elements in the arrays are such that then one element is after the other. Okay, so if you see, uh, if you have one block, the next element will be after this. So it's going to be like this. Okay. So each block here that represents our kind of value. Okay. It can be anything. It can be anything. It can be integer. It can be float. It can be double. It can be anything. Whatever you can imagine. It can be a class. It can be data. It's whatever it is. It doesn't matter. But it is going to have some specific value. Okay. So right now we have seen that arrays are continuous block of memories. So how programming languages actually handle arrays? If you see programming languages like C and C++, these languages actually create when you declare like creating an array, when you declare the name of the array, let's say I take an example like int, you must have seen this, a5. So what is that here? We are creating an array of length 5. But if you see the name of the array, this a, it has a very special significance here. It is actually a pointer to the first element of the array. Okay, so if this is an array which was created in the memory, this A is a pointer to that. Okay. In Java, you can say like you have like kind of similar approach. Okay. You have a kind of similar approach. When you create an array, you create an array in Java. It has a kind of similar approach. This is actually like creating in Java, arrays are created in the heap memory only. In C++ and C, you can create arrays in stack memory also of the RAM. But in Java, you have to specifically do it in the heap memory. You don't have any other option. So we have seen that this is how like C and C++ and Java handles the arrays and the creation of arrays. We have seen that arrays are created in the memory in the continuous fashion. Okay. So what next we can see? What next we can see? We will see that um, it- how like we can use the arrays. Okay. So if you want to like store like few numbers continuously, then you can use arrays. Okay. So you can store numbers. Okay. Numbers. You can store objects. Okay. You can store objects and you can like use pretty much any data type with it. Okay. So this was like a brief about arrays. And if you see, arrays actually comes up with like this much only. There's nothing special about the array. That's all. But the real essence of the arrays comes when you actually use them. Okay. So when arrays are created, let's say I have this array. First block is indexed at 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. If the length is 6, if the length is n, then the last block will have n minus 1 index. Indexing starts from 0. So actually, the things are pretty much good here. Like you can actually use these indices to do a very good stuff. Okay. Like what can you do? Let's say let's say example. I'm taking this, or I will take like only two examples here. So one of the examples which I am taking here is counting number. Like if you want to count a number of different letters which are present in a substring. Let's say you have a substring A, B, B, C, D, A, C. Let's say you have this string and you want to calculate the frequency of each coming alphabet in the string. So let's say here you have A as you have two A's, you have two C's, you have two B's, and you have one D. So what you can do? One of the ways is like you like run multiple times and keep on checking. Okay, you get that, you get that, you get that. No, and that sorry, that actually creates a lot of hassle and bustle. It's it's not actually feasible to actually do that. So what you can do in that case, you know that English alphabets have letters from A to Z, that is 26 letters. 26 letters. So there is a very, very clever technique of actually resolving this problem. You create an array, okay? You create an array of size 26. The first one will be having index 0, the last one will be having index 25, as we have seen earlier. So what will happen here? You will run through the string, okay? You will run through the complete string from 0 to like complete string. You will like traverse the complete string. Then what you will do is each um, character, any character has an sky value, has an sky value. Okay, let's say you don't know the sky value of A. What you can do after this? Let's say you have this. So A has a sky value. let's say something. If you actually subtract A from A, now you'll say, how can I subtract A from A? I cannot subtract cat. In any programming language, what you can do is you can actually firstly convert, let's say you convert, let's say A to its ASCII value. Now this is an integer. In any programming language which convert this A also into integer. And after that, when you subtract, you will get a zero. Because whatever the value of A here, if I subtract the same value from that, I get a zero. That means zero indicates to A here. Okay. If you are having any confusion, please stay tuned because you will understand it after I write the code myself. Okay. So you uh, can see that this actually represents A. Okay, I'll take another example. If I write int b minus a, now if you see the ASCII table, b comes right after the a. Let's say if a have value 67, then b will have value 68. Then what I'm doing is 68 minus 67. But I'm kind of taking example here. 68 minus 67, that becomes 1. That means B represents 1. And if you continue this process up to Z, you will end up getting that the 1 represents B, 2 represents C, and 25 represents Z. You will see this pattern. So now you will say, okay, if I see this pattern, what is the use? I'll tell you the use. If you have this any complete array, okay, this is 0 index, it's 1 index, it's 2 index, this is 3 index, this is 4 index, this is 5 index, and this is like A, B, C, D, E, F. And I'm not creating them because our string that is A, B, B, A, what was it? A, B, B, C. Sorry, this is A, B, B, C actually. D, A, C only contains up to like maximum D. So we actually need this much only. Okay, actually need this much. So if you run through the loop, if you take, let's say I took a in for loop int I equals 0, I less than, taking like string length. So I'll take like str, to str dot length. Okay. Then we have I plus plus, and we have created this array up. Okay. Assuming that we have created this kind of array, so we are going to run. So what I'm doing is I'm going to, let's say I'm taking the name of this array as fr. Fr is the name of the array. So fr, what we are going to write, what we are going to write is fr int str dot char at I. That means we are taking the character which is at the ith position, because our pointer will go from A to C. So it's like string dot char at I minus A. Okay. That same thing which we are doing earlier. So plus plus. Okay. Assuming that the initial values are the 0, you can actually do it in any programming language, you can do it. Okay. So u plus plus. Every time you run from, like, say you went to A, went to A, then int conversion of A, fr, what will say? Let's say I is equal to 0. Then what we have, like str dot char at I will give us A, and fr int this is A minus A plus plus will give us, what is this? This is 0. That means fr plus plus. Okay. So the value of this 0 will change from 0 to 1. This is, I have taken just one example. Okay. If you want to, if you want me to take another example, I'll take like I is equal to 1. So what I is equal to 1, sorry, 1. So what is that 1? It's B. So what we get, हमारा character क्या है? B. So fr and B minus B. What is it? It's, oh sorry, it's not B minus B because we have defined A here. So what is this? This will actually, we have seen that thing. This is going to be 1. So fr B plus plus. So what will happen? What will happen? This will change to 1. Again, if you have like I is equal to 2, you again get a B. You again get a fr. You again have the same process, B minus 2B, and you will again have 2 here, not 2, no, not 2, not 2. You again have 1 here, and that's plus plus. And what will happen? You have this 1 changes to 2. And do you understand after this? That if you keep on doing this thing, you'll ultimately have an array which actually gives you frequency of each and every uh, alphabet corresponding to their indexes, their relative index. Yeah. So I hope you have understood this problem properly and you have learned something new from like how you can use this thing. Okay. Apart from that, there are other problems also, okay, which I will be covering later on. And because this video will get like too long and I don't want to do that, this this is enough for this video. And I hope you have understood like how you can use arrays. I have given you like few examples how you can use arrays and what are arrays. The like the main motto, I am creating these data structure specific videos is not because like that this is like very too much like detail important, because like if you see the arrays, I must have started just with searching, sorting, and all those stuff. But why I'm doing the data structures videos first is just because this actually resolves a lot of confusion. Because firstly, I'm going to cover all the data structure, and after that, I will cover the algorithms. And this will sort a lot of things in future for you because it reduces a lot of confusion. Okay. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new. And if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and comment down whatever you have learned in this video. And yeah, that's all for this one. You can follow me on social media on Instagram. Instagram handle will be written on like on my channel page on the banner. You can go there. You can follow me on LinkedIn. And yeah, that's all for this video. Bye.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to